shocking disaster of eating off a Zepbound meal plan and Mounjaro meal plan. We're gonna break it down and discuss it today. Hi, beautiful friends. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have lost over 101 pounds the last 2 years of being, almost 2 years, of being on Mounjaro and Zepbound and Tirzepatide compound. I've been on all of those because of the shortage. Morbidly obese to this. This was my hot date night picture with my hot husband. And today I'm not looking hot at all. But I am wearing a matching sweatsuit, and I could not be more excited because I'm wearing a size large sweat bottom and a size large top. It should be medium. Your girl has changed sizes this holiday season, and I am thrilled over the moon. Enough about me, let's talk about you. We're gonna talk about the shocking disaster of eating off of the Zepbound meal plan. And you're like, what's a Zepbound meal plan or Mounjaro meal plan for our Mounjaro folks? Mounjaro and Zepbound, same thing. Active ingredients, Tirzepatide, both made by Eli Lilly. But they have 2 different FDA approvals. Soon we'll see a 3rd one coming for the new drug that is Zepbound, which was just approved for sleep apnea. That's the same thing as these, but there'll be 3 of them now that I'll be going through the rabbit hole with. So for our new sleep apnea friends, welcome. Same information, just different names on them of the FDA approvals. Make sure you get my checklist if you're before you're taking your injection, and then also your side effects tracker, all free on countessofshopping.com, linked in the description link below, as is the free meal plan I keep talking about too. But let's dive in. Coming off the heels of, literally, I'm filming this on December 26th. So coming off of, I chose to eat off plan for Christmas Eve, Christmas, and I loved it. I had all of our famous family Southern recipes. I ate a ton of food. I ate way too much and it was glorious. But I want to talk about that, of what happens when one eats off plan. In my experience, strength and hope, never medical advice. Always talk to your own healthcare provider. Simply my experience, strength and hope is, 1, eating off meal plan. I read from someone else, it was a trainer, saying eating off meal plan basically of Christmas is just a day, and it's the other 364 days that really matter. And for me, it's been several days. For full disclosure, I have been eating off meal plan for several days, and I am loving it. Let me tell you why I'm loving it. Because my relationship with food has changed. This chickadee from 2 years ago, almost, well, this time 2 years ago, I am not that same person. Literally, I was just talking to my hot husband about this today, about changing so much. I have changed so much externally, but also internally, like dramatic changes. I am not that same internal person that I was. And so my relationship with food has therefore changed too. In addition, because of having a GLP-1 deficiency, I didn't have the off switch. And GLP-1 medication has given me the ability to turn off eating and to be like, I'm full, and push the plate away. That was such a foreign concept for me, for being morbidly obese for much of decades of my life, to be like, oh my gosh, that's what full feels like. Oh my gosh. You mean I can go back for seconds later on, and like this fear-based thinking, that has gone for the most part. It came back a little bit this holiday season, and tell me in the comments if you could relate to this. We're talking in my free group about this. And I'm gonna go through, by the way, I have 6 different things to talk about the disaster for me of eating off meal plan. But one of them, we're talking about that the high that I had gotten off of eating food off meal plan was not the same even as last year. Even as last year, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, but I wanna go into when I ate off meal plan, because my relationship with food had changed, I was able to stop, but it really did jack with my blood sugars. Did anybody else have this? It jacked with my blood sugars, and it's been several days now. It wasn't just like a meal off meal plan, which I do have. Like, hello, I'm human. I do have, but if I eat off meal plan, it used to be like 5 helpings. I'd go back, it's like a buffet line, and now it's just the plate has gotten a lot smaller. Did you guys eat off appetizer plates this year? I did. I even bought smaller plates for serving sizes for stuff, just because for serving for our party. We have a big blowout Christmas Eve party, and I bought smaller plates intentionally for myself, because I knew I didn't want these big plates, because I wasn't gonna, like, I didn't want it to look wimpy, so I got smaller plates so I could eat a lot smaller portions on there. But 1, my blood sugars got jacked. So for my Mounjaro friends with type 2 diabetes, my blood sugars are so much, I mean, my blood sugars are keg booty, but they're definitely eating gnarly foods made gnarly my blood sugars were different, obviously. 2, this was the biggest thing. My stomach did not like me. When they talk about diarrhea, nausea, constipation, and vomiting as 4 stomach side effects of taking Zepbound Mounjaro or Tirzepatide compound. And I'm gonna even extend this to my semaglutide compound friends and my Wegovy friends too. GLP-1s in general, those are the common side effects. They're the most common ones. There's 4 of them. They're the tummy ones. When I say these stomach issues, I'm not trying to get graphic and gross here on the internet, but we've already gone down the rabbit trail, so I'm just gonna go a little bit further. Literally, I was at someone's house and I hadn't eaten because I was full most of the day. I hadn't eaten. The party was at 12, 1 o'clock. We got there at 12. We didn't eat till 1. And the food that they were having, they had like hors d'oeuvres and it was a cheese board. And I'm like, great, I'm gonna have a cheese board. And then they had something high fat, like something else. And I ate the cheese board and like chips and dip. My stomach was like, oh no, B, you better run. Y'all, it was, and I was not at my own home. When I've done hundreds of videos on GLP-1 medication talking about side effects. When I tell you these side effects from coming from food, taking a GLP-1 medication are real, I was not anticipating that. I said, oh my God, like, oh my God, like, oh my God, am I gonna poop my pants here in someone's house? Like, this is so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed right now. So I discreetly went to the hostess and I was like, I need to use your restroom. She's like, oh, there's one right there. I was like, not in the party, somewhere separate, please. It was, and I'm not trying to be gross, but I'm telling you this to save you the embarrassment, to save you the surprise. Why was I not surprised? Why was I not surprised when I had an empty tummy? So my tummy, like that was the first thing in it since like the day before. I was fasting, doing intermittent fasting. Why was I not surprised, y'all? So I wanted to give that disclaimer, like, like, just be prepared. It was a disaster. Literally, it was a disaster. I was not sure if I was going to make it to the restroom when it was all said and done. I was so embarrassed, literally bright red. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, and now some of you counts and countesses see me out and about and you're like, hey girl, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I was like, please don't let me see anybody I know. Please don't let me see any counts or countesses. Please don't let me see, like, I was so embarrassed. So I'm passing that along to you with my embarrassment right now, telling you this story because I'm a woman, I'm a woman who's prim and proper, just spilling the tea on the internet to help save you the embarrassment. The embarrassment. I mean, it was embarrassing. And so I'm telling you that eating off plan, I mean, that was the sound, like literally of me running, like, is this going to, anyways, we're going to stop. You guys get the point. Number 3, that shocking mental part of like the brain high that I used to get from eating off plan, I don't have that really. And now there's so many studies coming out about alcoholism related and drug addictions. And I would even link it to gambling too. If you've got somebody in your family with gambling issues and things like that, that there's this brain tick that happens that distinctly of being on a GLP-1 medication. Yeah, I used to love to gamble. I mean, it was fun. I'm a Christian, but I love me a good penny slot, honey. I go to Vegas frequently for work. I don't gamble at all. My husband's like, what? And I'm like, no, I've been to Vegas, 3 times now. I haven't gambled at all. Like, I don't have a desire to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm also by myself usually. I just don't want, like, no, not for me. And I don't drink. So, but it's like the studies that are coming out about alcoholism and drug addiction and other addictive things, how much for me mentally, I don't have that high that I would get off of eating the same foods I was eating previous decades, that this Christmas I was like, my mom's famous bean dip. It was great. I loved it so much, but it wasn't this like euphoria that I used to get. Can y'all feel me? Am I the only the one out here? Testing 1, 2. Am I the only one who had this? Tell me in the comments that this high that I would get off of food is just not there. And so I'm going to extend that thread of having to find other things. That's why I said at the beginning, I'm not the same person I was internally, because I've really had to work on this relationship with food of not having that high, so to speak. And what do I fill that with? And for me, it's been a lot of work on there. And so you may say, well, then what did you fill it with? Well, relationships. For me, my relationships have dramatically changed with real people in my life. God-centered things, working out. I'm like now like, oh, I'm one of those like whack jobs who likes to go walking. I sincerely really enjoy walking my dogs quite a bit. There's other things to fill that like high with, but it's not food. It's not where it's at for me. And so it was great eating these amazing, we have Southern dishes in our family that have been in five generations now, teaching my son the next like 5 generations. It's so cool. to now teaching him them, but not having and indulging in them, it's not the same as it was. And so that was weird. Anybody else have that weird feeling of eating off plan and being like, okay, well, where's the oomph? Where's the meat and potatoes of this? And so for me, that has been a big, big change with it. And so integrating back into eating on plan has been huge. And one of the things I've been doing is BIOptimizers. I'm not changing all my foods because I'm like 50-50 right now. It's, as I said, it's December 26th. And so I'm still eating 50% of my fun leftovers, 50% of getting back on track. I've not stopped walking at all. I haven't really, I've gained, I weighed myself this morning, 3 pounds, maybe four, like 3.5. It was close to 4. So let's say 4 for easy math. But that's like salt, like it's not real weight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not real weight. But my drinks, that is where I have started to go on of like, okay, am I getting my water in? Am I getting my protein in? And for me, one of the best things is BIOptimizers, their mushroom breakthrough. If you haven't tried this, it's really great in coffee. You can put it in your shakes too. I'm obsessed with their caramel. People are like, does it taste like mushrooms? Not at all. It tastes like either caramel, they have caramel, chai, or chocolate. Y'all, it's so good. It's so good. And it has this little scooper. And you use 2 scoops is 50 excuse me, yeah, 2 scoops is 50 calories. I typically do 1, to be honest, in my cup of coffee, 25 calories in there. But if you do the 2 scoops, it's 50 calories, protein is 3 grams, and it has in there bovine collagen, marine collagen in there too. It has the lion's mane extract, which helps with brain functions for me, to be totally honest. That's awesome. For me, I use it more for the protein benefits and for the collagen benefits of it, because I like it in my hot beverages. It's stevia-free, gluten-free, dairy-free. Use the discount code QUEEN, Queen, and it'll take 10% off of your purchase with them. They had been running a bundle sale on these. I don't think it's on the bundle sale. I think the bundle sale is right now going for the magnesium breakthrough, which we can talk about later. But this, it's awesome. And that for me is one of the things getting back on meal plan of how I start that is drinks. Literally my water, like making sure I'm having 120 ounces of water in a day. Like that's the first thing that comes back on because it's easy. And so doing low hanging fruit, see, it's always got to be a food reference. And this is an easy one, getting in my protein or a higher protein focus than like junk food. You see what I'm saying? And so this has been nice. It's an easy segue in. They do also have their protein breakthrough too. It's the best chocolate shake on the market, in my humble opinion. But the mushroom breakthrough, it's an easy, that's like one of my favorites to get. So highly recommend. Use the discount code QUEEN, QUEEN. It's linked down below. I love the caramel, but again, they do have a chocolate and a chai too. It does not taste like mushrooms at all, but the collagen and the protein focus for me is where it's at. Going back into eating off meal plan, the ability to stop and pump the brakes of eating. I can remember going for 2 weeks straight. No, that's not true. I can remember if I go back 3 years ago now. No, I started taking it in January, so it was still technically 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I ate for weeks and weeks and weeks off plan. I could not stop eating. This morbidly obese woman on the right. The ability to stop eating junk food, I had no off switch. I could literally take a huge bag of potato chips to my bed, not in my bed because that was gross. That was where the line was. I was like, I'll eat it in my bedroom and hide from eating from other people so they don't see me, even though they can still see me being morbidly obese, but they can't see me eating. Anybody else had that train of thought, or am I the only one on that? So I'd secretly go eat in my bedroom so no one could see me, even though they'd see it on my hips the next day and for years to come. And not being able to stop. I could pound that whole big bag of potato chips. This year, I had some chips. I put them on the little plates because I bought little appetizer plates, and they were so like, that was like one of the best holiday things. I can't wait to do it next year. And I bought little bowls, little disposable holiday bowls. That was also like the best purchases. And I also did buy little small holiday spoons. Literally, there's a whole market on that, but I digress. So the ability to stop. So I had the chips, had the little bowl, and I was like, I'm so full. Like to the point of where I ate past being full, and I was like, am I gonna vomit right now? I got really nauseous at one point. And so it was weeks and weeks previous to GLP-1 medication of eating off meal plan and not being able to stop. And there was a clear on-off switch of like stopping and going. And how exciting that is after decades of being shackled and chained to food to now have this freedom from being like, I am full. What a gift that is. What a gift that is to say I'm full and to be able to stop. And so for me, with that ability to stop, I did not purchase food in a new way. My husband's like, you bought a lot of stuff. And I'm like, I sure did. I went to town, Julie Brown. I mean, at our Christmas party, our Christmas Eve party, it's hotter than hot. We had the best food, but I bought way too much. And so that pattern has not changed. And so next year, I'm hoping I'll order less, my ordering habits will change a little bit, but not this year. I bought way too much. And so in lieu of buying too much, we gave a bunch of it away to our holiday guests and things like that, but I'm gonna freeze a bunch. And so our freezer space is packed to the gills of all of this food that we'll have throughout January and February. We'll just munchie off of those things. And so that was really crazy because before, in previous years, 2 years ago at this time, because it didn't start till January, I would binge eat. I'd go down to the freezer and eat things out of the freezer. And there usually wasn't that much left. There's a ton in the freezer. And I am not tempted by that at all. There's Christmas cookies in there. There's our famous sweets from all different family members make different dishes and desserts, that is. They're in there. I am not tempted by that at all. Will I have one, like I'm good. I feel full, I feel satiated, and that freezer is not calling to me for frozen cookies. And so that is a new freedom and a new happiness that I'm really, really excited about. And that I don't have this, it does not have this power over me that it used to. That power is being put into other areas to be more productive, more loving, more kind, more abundant, more fruitful, literally changing my life. And I know I am one of thousands of people that's their story too. Tell me in the comments below. I know so many of you in our free encouragement group were telling me all of your cool things you did this holiday break as a result of not having this, not only baggage, but suitcases are gone of baggage of food stuff that you don't have anymore. And so filling that in with something else really, really cool. I have loved hearing your story. So tell me in the comments below too with that. But the freezer was another one for me. And I've actually found myself number 6, craving healthy foods. I am craving healthy foods. I'm like, please, honey, give me a salad. Give me some vegetables, some fruits. She is ready. And I'm also ready for good lean proteins. The cool part was at our Christmas Eve party, I intentionally bought a ham and a turkey. And we had lean proteins too. We had seafood too. So I'm gonna have that for leftovers for dinner tonight or else it's gonna go bad. So seafood, like lean proteins naturally is what I wanted on my menu, which is what I created. The rest of the like accoutrement on there was not, like ooey gooeys and stuff, but that was amazing. Craving healthy foods. And I'm like, I really want a turkey sandwich. Ooh, I can't wait to have a turkey sandwich. Like, no wonder I didn't gain like 20 pounds. Like I can remember in previous years where I've gained like 15 pounds over the holiday season. Anybody else relate? Like I said, it was 4 pounds, but that 4 pounds, I also did not weigh myself in the morning. I got to weigh myself tomorrow morning with no food. I had food in my system. So it's less than that, I'm sure. But isn't that crazy? Like I am blown away from eating off meal plan and feeling like I have indulged, but I really haven't because of the GLP-1 medication. I did find myself being more tired by eating this food. Also, you guys talked about that too in my free encouragement group. And I was like, yeah, I am a lot more tired. Now, granted, I have for my job, Q4 is for us is huge. Like this is Super Bowl time. And so that makes me tired because I'm working so much and I'll get a break now until, in January, February, it's a lot calmer. So that's part of it. But the food choices made me really, really tired. And so taking naps or just powering through and having a lot more caffeine. And so you guys know when I get caffeinated, you guys are like, you talk too fast. I'm like, I know. That's me without caffeine when I'm talking really quickly. So having all this caffeine, that doesn't feel good on my heart. And so anyways, I'm normally a decaf gal. And so having more caffeine, I don't like that. I feel jittery. And so being more tired was one of the other things of eating off meal plan too, that because my blood sugars were wacky. And that made me, ooh, I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. So this has been interesting of the disaster of eating off Zepbound meal plan and Mounjaro meal plan really wasn't a disaster at all. I feel like this is actually this is the punchline, the biggest victory, the biggest source of gratitude. I am so grateful. I feel like I cry every video. I've become like that woman who just cries every video, but to my bows to my toes, I am so grateful because 2 years ago, and I don't want to forget this pain of 2 years ago, how horrible I felt internally. at my holiday party of where I'm supposed to be celebrating my belief system with my Lord and Savior. I'm not trying to get you to believe that, but that's my belief system. And that should be the focus for me with my belief system as my Lord and Savior. And it wasn't. It was on how much my thighs were rubbing together and how fat I felt and how ugly I felt and like worthless feeling, and trying to pretend like I didn't feel worthless feeling in front of like family that I hadn't seen in years. And now being like, this is who I am. I know who I am. All that excess is gone. And even with my personality, how I was saying my personality has even changed, even that of like excess within that. Like, I can't tell you, if you're still watching and you're one of the people who came to the Vegas meetup, how much that changed me. It changed me. I was telling my husband, and he's like, you need to tell your friends of how important that Vegas meetup was for you. It literally gave me permission to be like, there's people out there like me, and meeting you at the Vegas meetup, each and every one of you, because your stories are like my stories of meeting you face to face, eyeball to eyeball, and talking to each one of you and being like, there's a lot of hate on the internet, and I get a lot of hate on a daily basis. Not a lot, not compared to like other creators, but how much I don't give an F anymore about if people are hating on me. Like, I don't care, because I found my people. I found countesses out there who are like me, and I don't give an F if somebody comes on. And I got a comment earlier today. It was like nasty. I'm like, dude, what are you doing on December 26th? Like, your life must be that sad that you're hating on somebody like the day after Christmas. But literally, it was this freedom of like, I can be myself. There's people out there who are like me, and I don't need to try to be like whatever. Like, I'm going to ride into 2025, and that's like one of the things I think I'm most excited about, is being like authentically myself and showing up here on YouTube with the YouTube community we have of like, even if there's 5 people here, great. I'm going to be myself, and I'm not going to try, I don't know, like, what a freedom that is to be like, okay, there's people who do accept me, who do love me, who do care about me, who are similar in belief systems and are going through the same experience together, who are changing and evolving and becoming even better versions of themselves, and we're collectively up-leveling. And how fabulous, and it's not just in terms of the weight, but we're up-leveling in our mindsets and our pocketbooks and our spirituality and our relationships and many, many different parts of our lives, up-leveling as a result of GLP-1 medication. And that was so freeing for me. And so if you were at that Vegas meetup, thank you so much. Truly, you changed me. Like, I came back and my husband's like, whoa. And I'm like, I know. It's this knowing in myself of truly who I am and where I'm going. And I'm really, really grateful for that. That I really do feel like, I'll talk about that more later on, but if you were at the Vegas meetup, thank you so much. It meant the world to me to know that I was not alone and that there's other people on this journey, and to feel like I'm doing some sort of positivity and good in this world makes me feel amazing. Like, that I am simply but a vessel. So many people are like, oh, you helped with my success. I didn't help with your success. That was God. That was not me. I'm but a vessel. I'm just here to be encouraging. And what's coming out of me, if it's encouraging, is not me. That is of a higher power. And I'm grateful to be the vessel of that. And so if you're watching this part of the video, I'm grateful for you. And I appreciate you. And thank you for holding me. And I knew, you're like, you released videos on Christmas? Yes, I did. You released videos on Christmas Eve? Yes, I did. You know why? Because I care about you guys. I flew out to that meet and greet with no other purpose than the meet and greet. My business meeting got canceled. I flew for 26 hours of being away from my family to meet for the 3 hours for the meet and greet, because I care that much about our community. And other people had asked, are we going to do it again? Yes, we're talking about potentially Seattle, Washington in the upcoming future, a Florida one. There was a Midwest question. I don't know where in the Midwest though, but that's in discussion. And a couple of other places. So anyways, the accountant and I are heavily talking about after January 20th, we'll see. More of that will be outlined. Anyway, I live in Virginia, so hopefully that gives some breadcrumbs there, but I digress. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm so appreciative to each and every one of you. You all mean the world to me. And eating off plan and being able to be like, oh, I can eat foods off plan, and to be able to stop is crazy. And then to be able to go back on this eating plan, I'm like super stoked. I can't wait. Like, it's going to be great. Tonight I'm going to have a ton of lean proteins, which I haven't been having. I fear if I had had like a prime rib or some sort of, I wish I had tissues in here. My nose is running, excuse me. If I had had like a fatty meat like prime rib or steak or something like that, I probably would have had more gastrointestinal issues on Christmas Eve. But from our party, I had mentioned the gastrointestinal issue things were real, like realer than real. So BIOptimizers does have, taking a right turn, does have their masszymes is something else I have been testing and I'm really excited about. I don't feel comfortable like going full details because I'm still testing. You guys know I test everything before I share it with you. So potentially more information on that too. But BIOptimizers does have for tummy issues. That is one thing I was like, I need to be testing this. I need to be testing this. So I am. I am. Our accountability question, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? For me, it was walking today is one. And two was just putting out this video. Literally me talking about this and getting back into the swing of things were my two goals. That was my accountability because mentally, once I get that, then the rest of it easily follows. Our emoji of the day is, normally I tell you an emoji of the day. Your emoji of the day is going to be what physical activity in the new year are you going to be focusing in on? For me, then my emoji would be walking. If your emoji is swimming, if your emoji is Pilates, I don't know what you do. A V-leg spread apart? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever your emoji, lifting, is that one of them? What is your physical activity focus going into 2025? If you don't have one, it's a great opportunity right now to figure out one. And you can put a question mark as your physical activity. Like, I don't know yet. I want you to know though. I want you to start thinking about that of something you love. Not like, but love. That is what I want you to start focusing in on because we got to fall in love with this process, baby. If we are not falling in love with this process, then what are we doing? I want us to love it. We don't have to love all aspects of it. I don't love meal prep and I don't love grocery shopping for the meal prep and I don't love putting my groceries away. But I know by doing those things, that's feeding me nutritious food. And that part I do love. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to fall in love with certain aspects of the process. And so that one of them is physical activity. I don't like to shit on people, but I'm going to shit on you. You should find something you love to do. What is that physical activity? So that is your emoji of the day. The emoji of the day tells me that you've made it this far in the video. If you've made it this far in the video, I sincerely want to get to know you better because I truly do care. It's like our bat signal. I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thought. But I really am so grateful for y'all. I've talked for almost freaking 30 minutes here today. Hot dog. I think I needed to be away from my family for a few minutes too. I was like, I need to hang out with my besties for a moment. Got to get back into the swing of things here. So look, baseball could be one of the emojis of the day. Walking a dog, you could put a dog down there if you want to walk your dog. I felt like I had something else. Oh, and BIOptimizers. If you want to get BIOptimizers, use the discount code QUEEN, QUEEN, to get their fabulous stuff. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shop and count my blessings because life is delicious. Down below in the description, click that more button is the Zepbound checklist, the side effects tracker, my free meal plans, all of it. A ton of free resources for you. I have so many free resources coming out the gills. Take advantage of the free resources. Free group, twice a week free email. You can sign up on my website down below. On Mondays and Thursdays, it's an encouragement email to help reframe our mindset. Daily videos, there's hundreds of them for free. I mean, there could not be any more free stuff out there intentionally by design to help you on your GLP-1 weight loss journey. The best thing you can do also is share this video, like, and subscribe. I love you guys so super much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, friends.